If you haven't seen the first video we did of Rose learning to catch fish, I recommend you take a look at that one before watching this video. In this video, you'll see that the tank is a little over half full. This additional depth actually gives the fish a significant advantage over shallow water. It's more difficult for the mink to dive down, and it makes it so they have to hold their breath longer, and it also gives a third dimension for the fish to escape in. When the water's shallow, that third dimension barely exists.
Oh, she almost had that one.
Close.
She wants to dry up, I think. Where's the tongue?
Now the first video really made Little Miss Rose look good because the water was shallow. She was easily diving in and catching fish left and right, and it led others to believe that somehow she was better at catching fish than Mamba. Really it just was because the water was shallow. It's a bit more tricky now. It's deeper, huh?
Yeah.
You should have used your insurance.
Good girl.
See if she'll bite me.
Yeah, I think she'll be alright. Just in case.
Now, catching fish in these fish tanks, some people have been asking, why are you doing this? This is a baby mink. She doesn't have a mother to teach her to fish. We have to find ways for us as a human to help teach her to fish. I can't dive underwater and catch a fish with my mouth, I can't show her how it's done. And so we find ways to basically improvise and give our baby mink an opportunity to learn for themselves. The end goal is for these baby mink to be able to learn and grow and eventually be able to fish for themselves in nature, just like a wild mink would. Good girl.
Good job, Rose.
See where they all go.
Are you gonna feed her up after this?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. And looking like she wants to finish, so. Now, unfortunately, I misread Rose, and we should have quit on the last fish and gave her her feed up. She quit actually before we were done, had no real interest in catching more fish. So we decided, well, okay, we'll just put you away, and we'll come back in a few more hours. And we came back a few more hours, she caught one fish, and we fed her up.
Oh, almost got it.
Oh!
Oh.
Oh, Daddy, wait. Daddy.
That's close.
What are you doing? Oh, sheesh. You never done it. There were details. Oh, sheesh.
Yes.
But Daddy, look what you wanted.
Let her rest and dry as much as she wants in there. So you can leave it open. Just let her come out when she feels it. There she goes. Good girl.
Daddy, cheesy.
Well, yeah, go ahead and feed her. She took a bit of work to catch. So it took a bit of work there for her to catch that one. So we're going to stop at one. Now, if she had caught one pretty easy and was anxious to keep going, but you could see she was kind of quitting kind of early, and it took a bit of work. So what we're doing now is we're just feeding her up. We're not going to make her do multiples because it's clear she's not super anxious to do multiples, and she had a hard time catching the one she did. So once again, like I was talking last time, you got to be wise and know when to do a multiple and when to just quit. Actually, last time I should have quit and we didn't. We tried for another one and made a mistake and went too far. And that's just part of learning. You know, no matter how much experience you have, you're always going to make mistakes. So there, she did a good job. You could tell it was a struggle for her. She hasn't figured out the tactics and the techniques yet like Mamba does. And that just shows the difference in experience. Mamba has, you know, quadruple the experience than she does. They're at the same age. They're full sisters. But with the extra experience, she knew the tactic of getting them in the corner, whereas little Rose here struggled with that tactic. But she's figuring out. All she needs to do is keep practicing and she'll figure it out too. We'll show you guys some more later.